are you all set for the remaining discussion that we have, Archana, on branding?
Yes, look forward for that.
Three shades that are remaining are brand strategies. How do we approach? And then measuring it. There is no good end unless we talk about return on investment. Okay.
True that.
So I think the best way to do it, Archana, tell me if you're comfortable doing that. I thought strategies and approach would be a good way to talk through this is taking one of our own example. What do you say? So do you want to talk about balance? You want to talk about your brand and share your journey, and let's see how we can cover up on strategies around that.
Balance came into inception about 2 years back. When I thought of balance, I really had to sit down and think about as to what brand needs to get aligned with the thought that I have. And as a image consultant specifically, I had to think from a point of view as to how I could align my brand values with my values and then the customer's values. So my target audience was absolutely in my mind while I thought about something that I wanted to start on. So balance came a little later because before that I had to think about what structure I needed to follow to reach to those people who I was targeting.
So there was no name, nothing that had come to your mind. You just figured out who is your customer and then how you are.
Absolutely. And after the entire study wherein I identified, where I learned and thought that who are going to be the people who are going to get influenced with the brand that I go ahead with, then was the time that I went ahead of designing my brand and then also designing the logo and the things thereafter.
Some lovely, facts that are coming out for the benefit of anybody who's going to look at this video and want to take away some learnings. The first and foremost is that you aligned your, as a strategy, you need to know who your customer is for sure, right? So you have to understand who that target customer is, who that you're going to cater to. And you used a word called persona, So when you said that you identified the ages, so actually not just saying, okay, from image perspective, anybody can be my customer.
True.
But what you went back and did really important is that bracket them into ages and, then address them separately. I think that's very important. The other thing you talked about is the value systems and the behaviors that we're going to drive. It's so important, like we said. Remember, in our first shade, brand is all about impressions and the reputation that you carry.
It is exactly the way you portray yourself. Your brand is your reflection. It is saying a lot about you, and it is the experience as people who would come to you would have when they meet you, and that is how you're representing your brand forward.
Then how are you going to maintain the consistency? I think
that is the most important thing.
You said you wanted to understand your customer. So what are some specific steps you took to understand your customer?
See, first of all, I thought about it as to if I create a brand which is going to be balanced, what is it about it that people would want to buy it from? So what is my mission with balance? So I sat down with that first and thought about it, like, say, balance wants to aspire to inspire the potentials to flourish and thrive to be their best version. So if they are thriving to be their best version, what is it that I can add? So whether it was communication, whether it was your image, whether it was working out on your outer persona, your inner persona and combining it together. So whatever it was, balance came down to foresee that I am going to now cater to all the needs of the potentials who are thriving to be their best self. So having said that, then came the second step wherein I thought to myself, how consistent can I be with balance? I made sure that I had my values aligned, that I needed to be consistent, I needed to be efficient, I need to be dedicated, I need to be authentic for me to give those values to the people who are coming to seek my intervention in their life. So that was a very, very important point, because when somebody gives you their life and tells you, okay, you take care of it and make it better, there's a lot of responsibility that comes on your shoulder. So when they trust you, that is when the brand is going to sell.
So for the clarity of people, from approach perspective, again, you sat down, you actually wrote down your brand mission, you read out your mission statement, so you're pretty clear what you're standing up for. And then it's so important for you that whatever identities or personas you created, you need to align, make sure that they are in alignment, and that you did through talking to some people and, having some surveys that you did. Amazing. Yes. I think that's the right way to go about it. The other thing you spoke about is aligning their expectation and needs, right? To your offering. So whatever, because image consulting is not just one bit, right? It's a whole package that you have. So did you go through their journey? Like, did you pick up the personas, map their journeys and kind of align and map
it is very natural when somebody comes to you for an image consulting. You can't have one thing work for all. So if all the clients if I have one structure made that I'm going to sell it to everybody and it's going to fit in the box. It doesn't work like that. For every client, there has to be a customized thing. So there has to be a rapport built one. There has to be a lot of trust. There has to be a sort of a discovery that needs to be done in the lives of the clients that you're dealing with. So if somebody wants a specific thing, how well does it kind of sync with their personality? It is about understanding the journey, seeking what they desire, and then working on what you can offer. So that's the journey that goes with every client. Every client, it goes like that.
And I notice it, Archana, while you're saying it, I'm thinking of all the messaging that you do. Amazing tagline, because your logo, your message, your mission, everything is in your everything is stated in single statement, balance, be your own brand. And I think it's a beautiful job that you have done, and of course a lot of hard work and a lot of thorough work has gone behind it.
I think Rinku, here there is a very important take for every brand. When you have created a brand, that brand has to be in your bloodstream, in the way that you breathe that brand, and that is how you can be consistent with it, because you are actually looking forward for how you can add value to your brand and ultimately add value to the people who are going to be affiliated with your brand. So till the time you don't breathe the logo, breathe the name, and breathe the values that brand is going to add and the values that you're going to add, it really does not work. So you need to be in dive deep. So that is the way forward.
I think, and even for Pink Guava, when we started with this branding, and that's about 3-4 years ago.
I love the name.
Of course, when we started, I know, and there's a whole discussion around name, because of course name was the last thing that we did quite later in the whole exercise. The first thing was our tagline we used. We said writing customer success stories, because we also figured out that our mission was to make people successful in their businesses, right? Whether it was coaching or consulting, whatever mode we use, we wanted them to feel good and engage better with their customers by understanding them and connecting them with emotionally. And we said, how can we bring them close to this concept? And we said, how about customer success stories? So I know on a whiteboard, me and Amrinder, we went and we wrote so many words that, what are the words we talk about? Engagement and this. And that's how we came with our tagline, writing customer success stories. Pink Guava is a name that is a very funny take to it, because when we said Pink Guava, we said, we started on the fact that we are not going to use the regular names. Like, I don't want to be using some very obvious names. So we said what could be unique, and and somehow we ended up with Pink Guava. So we said Pink Guava as a fruit we can correlate, and we can bring a story here. And you will not believe, Archana, the first thing people note in anything that we, wherever we go, is our name, and people are very curious. So it actually works in our favor. That it can be a lot of fun to figure this out, but one should really spend, because I've seen this people do this. They get into business, and the moment they think about business, they get all serious and they get very intense about everything. But you can make it fun and involve as many people as you can. So, Archana, I'm super impressed how simply you have just shared these two shades, these strategies and approach. You've covered wonderfully. We all businessmen are very money-minded, right? We all want to think about our return on investment. So this branding, the 5 shades of branding is not over unless we talk about return on investment. And I think there's only one way, like we said. If you do branding, I think there was an important quote that you had, when we were discussing, you had spoken about. Enhance your image, improve your brand, and grow your business. But the question comes, how do you measure it? So I'll just give you a quick, gyan on this, if it helps. So for me, I think when you think of assessing and measuring brand, there are 2 parameters that you can look at. How is your brand image doing? And what are the brand sentiments flowing around? Right? These are the 2 things that we need to keep in mind. You can measure these parameters with the right questions that you want to ask. So we have to think that how do we measure? What is the brand image we want to create? Identify the right questions. Post them in your questionnaires or whatever modalities you use today for knowing your customer feedback. Ingrain those questions there and try and measure, are they engaged? Are they satisfied? Are they delighted? Or they're feeling empowered? Empowered is when they say, when they can come and proactively come and tell you, listen, Archana, I think I like this part of it, but maybe if you add this, it will be a wonderful thing to do.
And it happens, it happens. Sorry to cut you here, but the point is, whenever clients come to you and you say, I've identified your need and this is what the module I've created for you. There are people who will say, Archana, I want you to add a little bit of this on this, because I think I'm probably wanting to add that to my personality also. So, it really gives a dimension to the clients that, even when I ask, there is going to be an additional thing done. So I think that really helps.
That's your empowered customer, because, and that's where we want to aim at today. It's not about delivering the obvious. It's about going beyond. I think that's where you are going to stand out, and there's no reason why you won't be successful. The important thing is celebrating the scores. And when I say celebrating, it's just not the good scores. Even the bad scores can be celebrated. I take pride in whatever my customers say, but the important thing is about celebrating. What I want to bring here is, in our final and fifth shade, is you must circle back your findings with the people that you have taken the feedback from. So include your employees in that, include your stakeholders, the vendors, the customers, whoever is engaged. We must go back and tell, and also share the perspective and have a discussion on it, because it doesn't help you if you're just taking the feedback. It will not do anything. What I would say is, we can think of so many examples of brand successes, of the success stories or the failure stories that come from brand image. I was watching Netflix and I saw this series of these Bad Boy Billionaires, I think that's the name. And you go watch it. There are 3 episodes in it, and they talk about 3 billionaires boys from India. Mr. Malaya, Mr. Nirav Modi, and the Sahara, Mr. Roy. So I think these were the 3 people that with small documentaries, small short films on them, on how they were, the kind of brand image they created. Like Kingfisher was all about lifestyle, lives life king size. That was their message. And they actually went about it. People connected. When we say, aligning your purpose with people's meaning, they did a beautiful job. But with one little mistake, the owner's image going down, the entire thing has spilled around, and it has damaged the whole brand. There are so many stories, everybody should go home, go and Google on the brand successes, brand failures, and you'll get better lessons, because these are the stories that will teach you a lot of lessons, what to do and what not to do. So I think, Archana, that sums up our entire branding discussion. What do you say?
Absolutely right.
Okay, so let's wrap it up. And do you have another topic in mind that we're going to pick up next time for our conversation? Or
I think we are still looking for that. However, I'm sure we will be able to find something really interesting. So all of you stay tuned with us, because we are going to be there next week again with some amazing topic. So let's cheers to coffee and see you very, very soon.
Thank you.